The skeletal remains of human habitations long passed into history remain at Rush Ghost Town. The dreams, life, and remains of the Boomtown mining district on the banks of Buffalo National River. When you think of a ghost town, you probably think of just a physical place and not the history of that location. But the history is what makes a ghost town a ghost town. Rush is an abandoned mining town in the northern part of Arkansas. Rush was a boom town full of culture from all across the country. It was once the second largest town in Arkansas with a population of 2,000. It may not seem like much now, but at the time, it was huge. All of this happened due to a few men by the names of John Wolford, Bob Schultzer, and J. McCabe. These men had heard Indian legends that talked about silver in the Rush area and decided to move to Rush and to look for the silver. They didn't find the silver, but what they did find was very profitable. In 1882, they found zinc at Rush, and in the end, it would be what they would mine.
Hi, I'm Mike Simpson. I'm the district interpreter here at Buffalo National River in the lower district of Buffalo Point. I'd like to welcome you here today, as well as to the Rush Historic District.
Once word got out that zinc was abundant at Rush, the Morning Star Mining Company was started and the business boomed. They built houses, a hotel, a store, and a school. The miners made good money, $12 a day, but there was a catch. The work was extremely dangerous. What if one of the mines collapsed while you were in it? But some men were willing to accept the risk for the work and the pay.
Well, the Rush area is an old mining town that came into being in the latter half of the 19th century in the 1880s, and then moving forward based on world events. There was a huge demand for zinc, and zinc was discovered there in that area, and of course the demand for zinc really drove the economy in Rush, in the small narrow valley there, and eventually grew the population to a couple of thousand too as well.
It seemed that everything was great, but all good times must come to an end. After World War I, demand for zinc rapidly decreased along with the population in Rush. Some families still remain in the Rush area until the 1950s, until they either died or they just left. Today you can visit Rush and witness the history firsthand. There is a hiking trail that will take you up to the mines, and it also has a beautiful view of Rush Creek. Some of the mines are still standing today: the Morning Star Mine, the White Eagle, and the Monte Cristo. All of the mines are blocked off for your safety. Please don't try to get around them.
Rush is about 15 minutes downriver of us from Buffalo Point, in an old zinc mining area, or an area that used to be an old zinc mining community, back in World War I era. You can drive in. We've got paved road most of the way. We've got a little bit of gravel there and a few low water crossings to negotiate, but through most of the year that's not a problem. You can get there by trail on one leg of the Buffalo River Trail, and my personal favorite is to get to Rush by river by putting in here at Dillard's Ferry and floating that 9 beautiful miles down to that destination. And there you can camp, you can fish, you can hunt, you can check out the old mining community as well. Park maps. You can either access our website, the nps.gov/BUFF, or just one of your search engines, type in Buffalo National River, and then navigate through our website and get full color PDFs of the trail area and the whole park for that matter. But you can get trail maps for the Rush area there, or you can visit one of our visitor contact stations or visitor centers, and you can get them there.
You can reach Rush by road. It's off of Highway 14. You can can also reach it by hiking and by floating to the Buffalo National River. Rush also has a primitive campground if you're looking for a full Rush experience.
And the mine gates are placed there because for two reasons. Number one, the mines are not safe to go into, and so we want to keep the public out of there for safety reasons. And then number two, the mine gates were placed there to protect habitat of bats located here at Buffalo National River.
One aspect that we try and maintain with the Rush area is the cultural, is the story of the people that have been there in the past, even now, and as people look at it in the future. As you make your way around the sites at Rush, there are lots of artifacts, if you will, of past human existence, whether it be hunter-gatherers or Native Americans or some crusty old miner from out of state that came in there to make his fortune. There's a story out there about each of those places, and there are signs of that story in the artifacts that are out there. Our hope is that you will go out and experience that, be able to see those stories, but then also leave those stories in place so that others can come behind you and experience that in the same way. For instance, if you were to go by the trail and see an old, one of those old square nails that they have that holds the black sheep shed together, if you were to pick that nail up and put it in your pocket, then that story or that chapter of the story is lost for everyone who comes behind you. But if you were to leave that there, appreciate it for what it is, take that story back with you and leave that for everybody else, that would be the ideal. That would be a perfect experience for you and for me.
This historical site has been preserved for your benefit by the National Park Service. They have built mine gates, created hiking trails, maintained structures, added information signs, and so much more. Without the National Park Service, Rush wouldn't be here today. There is much to be learned about the history of Buffalo National River. Visitors can come and experience the history for themselves. Fall is especially a nice time to visit. So come and see, experience, and listen to the voices of the past in the Rush Ghost Town on the banks of Buffalo River.